Last episode, the fight rages on as Yokan and Taiga lay unconscious until Heather swiftly rescues them. Taiga, exhausted and having seen the Grim Reaper thrice, is ordered by Damien to sit this one out. Yokan, recalling her grandpa's meditation sessions, heals herself and takes a breather too. Bradley remains stealthy, taking pot shots at Tavrock from the crowd, while Heather attempts a hold person spell on Tavrock but fails and hides behind Raj. Kai keeps his distance but uses his ranger skills to shoot from afar, ensuring his safety. Damien zips around with his thunder gauntlets, booming Tavrock and giving his team an edge by casting disadvantage on Tavrock's hits. Belle discovers keychains and frees Kai's dear grandpa, the Yeti beast. The Chupacabra lands some hits on Tavrock, but Tavrock retaliates, knocking Chupacabra out. Belle hides under the commentator's desk, who are chained like the rest of the crowd. Tavrock aims for Raj, but Raj teleports Heather to safety, causing Tavrock to land near the enraged recently freed Mako. Their group's strategy of keeping their distance pays off, dealing massive damage to Tavrock. Mako, blinded by rage, smashes Tavrock, chipping away one of his horns. Bradley leaves stealth to deliver a sneaky knee to Tavrock's back. Inspired by Bradley, Heather attempts another hold person on Tavrock but fails. Tavrock grabs Bradley and slams him into the ground. Mako then takes out Bradley, but Kai and Damien team up for the final blows, with Kai critically hitting Tavrock's eye and Damien delivering the finishing shot, killing Tavrock, the captain of the Mist Pirate. Seeing Tavrock fall, three fishmen that ran into the arena earlier to defend Minotaur Men and are confirmed to be a part of Bradley's dead pirate crew, Bloodfiend Pirates, decide to flee, abandoning the fight. Damien instructs Raj to chase them, joining in the pursuit. Heather picks up the fallen Bradley. Kai tries to calm Mako but fails, and the team decides to deal with the Yeti beast carefully. Heather's hold person spell succeeds, giving everyone critical hits on Mako. Despite Mako breaking free briefly, he's subdued again, and after a relentless assault, Kai non-lethally takes Mako down, reverting him to his old self. As Kai performs a Viking-style funeral for Mossman and Chupacabra, Bradley frees the crowd from their chains. Yokan dashes after Damien to assist him. Raj and Saber engage in a sword clash, with Saber failing to land his hits due to Damien's casting of disadvantage. Raj ultimately knocks out Saber, concluding the episode 26. Roll episode 27. But before we go any further, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. According to this statistic below,
82.6%
of you who are watching it right now are not subscribed, so please subscribe right now. Also, hit the bell so you would get notified whenever the new video will come out. According to this statistic, only
12.9%
of all my subs turn their bell on. Let's get this number to at least 30. I would highly appreciate it. Also, join my Discord, where you would get exclusive stuff and where you could even chat with me. Link would be in the description below. The episode starts with a playful debate about the fate of Mossman, whom they jokingly decide is dead after a burial and funeral. The boys recap them defeating Tavrock, saving a town, and liberating people before transitioning to their current scenario, where they are in a hallway with a knocked out Saber. Damien is carrying an unconscious Saber back to the group. Boys discuss the circumstances that led to Saber's condition, recalling that he had attempted to kill himself before being knocked out. As they re-enter the room, the audience appears confused and unsure whether to cheer, fearing the group's intimidating presence. Chase, a commentator who insists he is not affiliated with the Pirates and was merely hired for the job, nervously tries to explain his position. Damien, attempting to smile but unable due to his physical limitations, interrogates Chase for information about the base operations. Despite Chase's protestations of ignorance, the group presses him and speculates about the whereabouts of JIRO, who is described by Kai as a strong, barrel-chested man who Kai believes could have easily escaped. Boys continue their interrogation of Chase. Kai draws a picture of JIRO, who by the way has a ponytail and a blue hair. After some discussion about the appropriate skills check for drawing, Kai successfully creates an accurate sketch with crit, but Chase claims he has never seen the man before. The conversation shifts to Chase's background as a wrestling commentator, and the group humorously debate the naming of the world they inhabit, ultimately calling it the One Piece world. Chase admits his lack of expertise and enthusiasm for commentary, humorously downplaying his abilities and expressing a desire to avoid becoming a Marine. The group discusses Chase's commentary skills and the possibility of him joining them to provide live fight commentary. Chase humorously claims he was born to commentate, even narrating his own bursts. Meanwhile, the conversation turns to the missed pirates, with Damien interrogating a lower-ranking pirate who nervously spills the information about Tavrok's plans to create a coliseum for mythological devil fruits users. To remind you that JIRO is a Commodore, the pirate also clarifies that he has never heard about JIRO, emphasizing that no Marines typically venture into the arena. Boys recount instances of Marines visiting the area, though never entering the arena itself. Damien also asks a lower-ranking pirate about any hidden chambers Captain Tavrok might have had. The pirate suggests checking a prison where uncooperative missed pirates are kept. Meanwhile, Rush searches for something indicating there might be more to discover. The pirate appears truthful, leading Damien to believe his information. The group then discusses the potential help from a librarian they encountered earlier. They also notice Anchor Arms waking up, badly injured and missing his arms, which he reveals were cruelly taken and forced upon him to eat. The revelation prompts Yokan to confront another low-ranking missed pirate aggressively, demanding to know why he joined them. The pirate trembling explains that his wife was threatened, which led him to reluctantly become a missed pirate. This explanation infuriates Yokan, who tightens her grip on a pirate, while the group debates the morality of her actions and the complex nature of choice under duress. Tensions rise as the group debate what to do with the remaining missed pirates. Yokan, furious at the former pirate's past actions, is urged by her teammates to let him go. Yokan and Damien express different views on whether they should arrest the pirates, considering their potential danger if they join another crew. The urgency of finding Commodore JIRO takes precedence, and they question the necessity of dealing with each pirate individually when their primary mission is still incomplete. Group considers options where JIRO might have already escaped, as no one in the audience had seen him. They decide to interrogate one more person, waking up Saber, who begs for death but is forced to provide information under the threat of violence. Bradley adds pressure by stepping on the pirate's chest, emphasizing that his cooperation is the only thing keeping him alive. The interrogation continues, revealing the brutal consequences of wearing a pirate if he fails to provide useful information, thereby illustrating the group's resolve and desperation to find JIRO. The group continues their intense interrogation of the pirate, revealing a personal connection between Bradley and Saber, who hints at Bradley's father's involvement in some larger scheme. Saber, despondent and feeling he has nothing left to live for, taunts Bradley by suggesting he would have made a good pirate. Bradley, frustrated and seeking answers, hands the interrogation back to Damien. The interrogation continues as Damien probes the pirate for more information about Tavrok and the pirate activities. The pirate reluctantly divulges some of the details, revealing that Tavrok was amassing an army by pitting mythological devil fruit users against each other. The pirate admits he was sent to form an alliance between the Bloodfin pirates and the Mist pirates, but had little knowledge of the specific Marine presence or any Commodore named JIRO. The interrogation reaches a critical point as Damien offers a Saber choice between captivity and death. Despite the pirate's plea for death, the crew decides to keep him alive for further questioning, potentially to send him to impel down, believing it to be a harsher punishment. While searching Tavrok's quarters, Kai discovers a hidden brick concealing a small chest containing a piece of paper with a moving, swirling image reminiscent of the Mordor's map from Harry Potter. The team, now aware of this mysterious artifact, continues their investigation, hoping to find more clues about Commodore JIRO and their overarching mission. The group concludes that Commodore JIRO was likely never present on the island, suspecting they might have been misled by Gus. Despite their thorough search, they find no trace of JIRO. With frustration mounting, they debate their next steps. Deciding to explore the entire island, they emerge to find the labyrinth's walls have vanished, revealing the sunlit town and its damaged landscape. They observe the remnants of the labyrinth's structures and consider how to proceed while reflecting on the strange and barren environment now before them. After successfully successfully saving the city and receiving thanks from Hoover, the group reflects on their achievements and the changes needed for the town's future. Hoover expresses gratitude despite the loss of his friend. They discuss appointing someone capable of rebuilding the town. Meanwhile, Damien follows Raj, who confides in him about his past and the loss of his children to Tavrok. He buries a necklace symbolizing his daughter's memory and finds solace in Damien's support, considering the future with the Marines. The group decides to continue searching the island for any traces of Commodore JIRO or other clues, leaving Raj to reflect in solitude. In their return to the JIRO ship back from arriving to the island, the group detects a distinct fungal scent they previously encountered in Gus's office. They speculate about Gus's motives, suspecting he orchestrated their mission as a ploy to eliminate JIRO. Concerns grow over Taiga's health, prompting an immediate medical attention and plans to head to a marine base for further treatment. As they unravel the conspiracy, they ponder whether Gus himself might have been manipulated or influenced by external forces, contemplating broader implications for their future actions. The conversation among the group revolves around their next steps regarding Gus and the marine base. Guy suggests sneaking back into the base to confront Gus, believing he orchestrated the mission as an attempt to eliminate JIRO. The others express skepticism about Kai's plan and the risk involved in confronting a superior officer directly. They debate whether to report honestly about JIRO's absence or to stage Kai's death to gauge Gus's reaction. As the group prepares to leave the island, they discuss the next moves and reflect on their mission's outcome. They decide to return to report to Gus, intending to show Tavrok's horn as proof of their success. There is a humor about the libraries that seemingly vanished and speculation about its nature and being just a space-controlling mythical Delfruit. Raj decides to join the Marines after losing everything on the island, and the crew celebrates their success with the islanders, who bid them farewell patriotically. Heather reveals she never officially joined the Marines, prompting a conversation about her status within the crew. In the aftermath of their adventure, the crew welcomes Heather officially into their ranks as she decides to join the Marines. Meanwhile, Damien takes on a project during the journey back, crafting arms for anchor arms with Chopper's assistance. As they sail, discussions with the NPCs continue, including Taiga, who appears unwell with mysterious symptoms like blue lumps all over his body. Despite Kai's attempt to diagnose and treat him with makeshift remedies, Taiga remains reluctant to admit the severity of his condition, citing concerns about appearing weak to others. The scene unfolds with Heather expressing her newfound freedom and gratitude to Bradley, acknowledging his role as a steady presence in her life. She compares him to an anchor that keeps her grounded amidst the uncertainties of life. Bradley reciprocates, revealing his own past fears and struggles with bravery, reassuring Heather that everyone has their own way of facing challenges. They discuss family dynamics, particularly Bradley's difficult relationship with his father. The heartfelt conversations end with Heather symbolically offering to be Bradley's strength, likening herself to an ocean that supports his journey. The emotional scene continues as Yokan, Damien, and the others show compassion and support for Anchor Arms, who is deeply affected by the loss of his arms. During captivity, Yokan expresses remorse for not being able to rescue him sooner, but emphasizes that Anchor Arms' sacrifice provides crucial time for the team to succeed in their mission. Damien surprises Anchor Arms with functional metal arms he crafted, reminiscent of Automail, offering him a way to regain his physical capabilities. Anchor Arms is overwhelmed with gratitude and disbelief, touched by kindness and support of his teammates. The scene unfolds with a touching moment where Anchor Arms, now equipped with his new metal arms thanks to Damien's craftsmanship, tries to adjust and even humorously attempts to turn them into anchors, which proves challenging. Despite the physical pain, Anchor Arms expresses gratitude and jokes about the newfound identity. The group shares a lighthearted moment amidst their serious mission. Meanwhile, Yokan takes a moment to speak with Heather, acknowledging their shared experiences of being captured and transformed by pirates. Yokan expresses empathy and checks in on Heather's well-being now that she's free. Heather reflects on her newfound sense of freedom and relief from fear and pain, indicating a profound emotional shift. Story intensifies as they arrive back at G20 and are confronted by ominous figures in black armor who announce their arrest under accusations of murdering JIRO. Gus, appearing on the Denmushi screen, taunts them, claiming they betrayed Marines. Yokan, in disbelief and unable to harm Kai's uncle, is speechless. Tensions escalate as the armors close in, and Kai in rage retaliates by attacking the dead and mushy screen, symbolizing their defiance against these unjust accusations. Bradley, being quick on his feet, dives into the water to take on the two suits of armor that are immediately next to the ship. He moves swiftly, aiming to disable them quickly and possibly even push them into the water if he can manage. He attempts a ranged fishman karate attack that unfortunately misses. Kai strategically creates a patch of difficult terrain with his spike rock, hindering the armor suits and causing them to take damage as they approach. Belle, in her big crab form, impressively hurls a barrel at one of the suits, dealing damage but not knocking it down due to its formidable nature. Meanwhile, the armored suits close in on Damien and Yokan, ignoring the warnings and launching a fierce assault, dealing significant damage to both. Damien, severely injured, withstands a relentless assault from the armored suits while strategizing to cause the dock beneath the cannons to explode, forcing the assailants into the water. Damien, clinging to life, uses his starburst cannon to destroy the dock, sending the two knights into the water where they transform into submarines. Bradley, now visible, attempts to disable their propellers but struggles, while Kai and Belle prepare for their next coordinated move. Heather, severely injured, heals Raj, who then attempts to attack the knights with his twin blades but fails. Meanwhile, Yokan, overwhelmed by grief and shock, remains paralyzed, leaving no rest to fend off the relentless mechanical threats. The knights, now partially submerged, are targeted by Bradley's stealthy attacks and Kai's attempts to douse them with oil, adding to the growing intensity of the confrontation. Damien, recalling the knight's immunity to fire and possibility of it to heal it, prevents Bella from igniting them. Meanwhile, Yokan remains paralyzed by shock, unable to act. Raj attempts to fend off the knights but misses with his twin blades, while Heather heals him and hides for safety. The knights continue their relentless assault, non-lethally pummeling Damien as they attempt to arrest him, not kill him. Bradley tries and fails to disable their propellers underwater, and Kai takes damage from cannon blasts aimed by the knights. The situation grows increasingly dire as the team struggles to find a decisive advantage against their mechanical foes. Yokan, fueled by anger and determination, slashes into the armored figure with her elbow blade, dealing significant damage. Despite the spike growth hindering her movements, she manages to land multiple blows, weakening the enemy. Her flurry of blows pushes the armored figure back, attempting to force it through the spike growth for additional damage. Meanwhile, Kai and Belle continue their strategic maneuvers, covering their enemies in oil and gunpowder amidst the chaos. Damien successfully disables one armored foe with his Thunder Gauntlet, while Heather provides support and healing, staying cautious of the ongoing threats. The team's coordinated efforts begin to chip away at the mechanical adversaries, although challenges and dangers persist as the battle unfolds. The intense combat scene concludes with the team successfully defeating their remaining enemies. Bradley's precise strike eliminates one threat, while Kai's expertly aimed harpoon, enhanced by Zephyr's strike and bardic inspiration, deals a devastating blow to the second opponent. Belle, though missing initially, redeems herself by hurling a barrel of scrap parts that obliterates the final enemy. Damien, in his investigative mode, starts examining the disabled armors for any clues of valuable information they might yield. With the battlefield cleared, Damien undertakes an investigation of the fallen armors, discovering that they are mass-produced versions derived from his own original design, albeit streamlined for efficiency. Shockingly, beneath one helmet, he uncovers desiccated remains of once living person, repurposed as a macabre component of the armor's operation. This grim revelation deepens the team's resolve to confront Gus, the mastermind behind these atrocities. As they contemplate their next move, sirens wail in the distance, signaling an impending attack on the marine base, setting the stage for their next confrontation. To be continued.